On paper, this makes perfect sense. In real life, it's a bit more complicated. So let's talk about it. Not long ago, I've decided to start recording YouTube videos, and like most beginners, I started with my smartphone because that was the only camera I had. Very quickly, I ran into the same problem like everyone does. If I used the front camera, I could see myself, but the quality wasn't great. If I used the back, main camera for better quality, I couldn't see myself at all. So I found SmallRig Selfie Monitor. It felt like the perfect solution. I ordered it and I used it for a few weeks to see how it actually performs in real life world filming. In this video, I'm sharing my honest experience, what works, what doesn't work, and who this is really for. So let's start with what you get in the box. You get the monitor, obviously, and also small tripod with magnetic monitor holder. It's nothing wow, it's plastic, but to be fair, it does the job perfectly well. The monitor on the other hand feels solid and well built. When I first saw it, I really like it actually. It feels like almost proper piece of gear. The connection is also very simple and straightforward. I didn't have any issues at all. I've seen some reviews where people mention random disconnections, but that never happened to me. Now, the real question is, do you really need this monitor and will it do the job for you? And my answer is yes and no. The monitor is well built, it connects easily, and the image quality is decent. But for me, there is one reason that is deal breaker, and I think it will be for many other people as well. And that reason is the lag. You've probably seen other reviews where the monitor looks like work perfectly fine, and yes, it does, as long as you're only screen mirroring. But the moment you press the record button, this is what is happening. Because of the lag, using the monitor while recording, especially for vlogging, doesn't really work the way many people expect. I think a lot of people will buy this monitor because they want really finally to walk and talk at the same time using the back camera for better quality and still to be able to see themselves. And that expectation is completely normal. Smartphones are still the most common and easiest camera to use. You can film, edit, and share content much faster compared to using more complicated camera setup with tripod, microphones, memory cards, downloading files, longer editing workflows. It's just crazy. That's exactly why product like this makes perfect sense on paper. But because of the lag, the monitor doesn't show the frame in real time while you're moving. So for walk and talk vlogging, it doesn't really deliver on what most people are hoping for. So in this situation, the monitor doesn't really help. On the other hand, if you're sitting in front of the phone doing a talking head videos, you might use the monitor only to frame the shot. But once you hit the record, you're not really looking in the monitor anymore, you're looking at the camera lens. And that's important because looking at the lens creates a proper eye contact with the people watching your video. If you're looking at the screen instead, you get that strange feeling where there is no real connection. And in that case, the question becomes, why buy the monitor at all? You could simply record a short test clip, stop it, check the framing, adjust if needed, and then record your video. In both scenarios, the monitor doesn't make a big difference. Well, this was the no part. Let's talk about the yes. There are people who might actually be happy with this monitor. If your content is mostly static, sitting at desk filming talking head videos or product shots, especially the product shots. Especially product shots, this monitor can be really helpful. In those situations, you don't really need real-time feedback while recording. You mainly need help with framing, headroom, and position before you hit the record button. For that kind of setup, the lag isn't really a deal breaker. One situation where this monitor actually does a great job is top-down product shots. When you're filming from a booth using the back camera, the phone screen is usually higher tilted away or completely out of view. That makes it really hard to frame the shots properly. In this case, having a small monitor in front of you makes a big difference. You can clearly see the composition, adjust the product position, and make sure everything is framed correctly before recording. For this type of filming, the lag doesn't really matter because you're not tracking movement, you're setting the shot. The monitor is easy to connect, the image quality is decent, and it makes setup faster, especially if you're filming alone. But it's still important to be honest. If you're planning to vlog, walk, move around, or rely on the screen while recording, this monitor is probably not the right choice. So this isn't a bad product, it's just very limited in who it's actually for. So what's the final verdict? The SmallRig Selfie Monitor isn't a bad product, it's well built, easy to connect, and the image quality is good enough for framing. But the lag is a real limitation, and for me that makes it hard to recommend for vlogging, moving shots, or filming while walking or using a gimbal. Where it does make sense is for a static setup, talking head videos, tutorials, and especially for top-down product shots where framing is more important than real-time movement. So, do you need this monitor? If you're mostly filming while moving, probably not. If you're filming alone, setting up static shots, or working with overhead product videos, this could be actually really helpful and useful to you. For me, it's not essential gear, but for the right person in the right setup, it can still make a lot of sense. My name is Kalin Denev, and I really hope this video was helpful to you to make the right choice. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye for now and happy recording.